Hi everyone, it's Russell O speaking, and in this tutorial series I'm going to show you how to create a composite image where we take a background image and a foreground image and we make it seem like the foreground subject is actually in the background image. It's actually based on a video tutorial called How to Blend Images Together and Create Realistic Composites in Photoshop by a guy called Jesus Ramirez, and he's on the Photoshop training channel on YouTube. He gives you much more information and background detail, especially when it comes to the luminosity, the saturation, and the color aspects of this tutorial series. So I'll put the link in the description below, and encourage you to go and have a look at that tutorial. It's very good. Actually, all of his tutorials are very good. So the first thing that I did was I brought in this image of a Cybertruck, and if I double click on it, it opens up, that's a smart object. So I double click on it and I open up the original image, and you can see holding shift and clicking the layer mask, that's the original image there. And by turning on the layer mask, what I've done is I've cut it out of the background, hold down Alt and click on it, and you can see everything that's white is what remains, everything that's black actually gets cut out. So going back to the original image, there we go, it's cut from the scene. I won't save that. Now you can also see that I've brought it into the scene and I've flipped it so that it was pointing in one direction and now it's pointing in the other direction. I've actually adjusted the perspective using a perspective warp, and then I've turned it into a smart object so that I can edit the luminosity, and that's quite a subtle change, so maybe a bit hard to see. Saturation also a subtle change, and the color a subtle change as well. In your scenes there might be more dramatic changes when you adjust those things, but they add up to an image that fits the colors of the scene much better. Following that, I created a shadow to really ground the object in the scene, and you can see when I turn that off and on, it actually makes quite a big difference, probably one of the largest differences along with the perspective warp. I noticed after I created that shadow on the ground layer that the shadows from the tires, or the tires should probably cast a little bit of shadow on themselves, especially towards the bottom. So I created another layer up here and added some shadows there. And then to finish off with, I got rid of this little guy lying on the background, and that one there using a very simple technique called content aware fill. And then we've ended up with an image that in just about half an hour is something that looks like it was actually meant to be together. So we'll kick off the first tutorial by showing you how to cut the selected image or the subject of an image away from its background. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for that first video of the series.